Good morning, students. I hope everyone are fine, right? So, in the last class, we discussed that is the properties of integers. So, what are the properties of integers? Even I given a homework for you people, right? That is write two times the properties of integers. Okay. So, I hope everyone are thorough with that properties. Okay. So, the first property is about the which one? That is the closure law, right? So closure law, and second property is the commutative property, and third one is the associative property, and the fourth one is the additive identity, and the fifth one is the additive inverse, right? So these are the five properties we studied in the last class only. So now we'll start with the exercise number 1.1. Okay, so we'll start exercise number 1.1. Based on that property, we have to solve the exercise number 1.1. Understanding what I am saying here? So, if you are thorough with all the properties, then only you can solve the 1.1. Otherwise, it's a very difficult. For that reason, I told every property in detail. Right? So, please, if you are not thorough, if you are not perfect with that properties, once again read that all the properties. Okay? And after solve the exercise number 1.1. Then only you can easily understand whatever I am telling here. Otherwise, you can't understand anything. Okay. So, we'll start with the 1.1. In that, the first main. What is the first main? That is, write a pair of integers whose sum is. Okay. And one more thing, I started the syllabus also. This is a page number 3 here. Okay. Page number 3, exercise number 1.1, I am solving here. So, if you didn't have any textbooks, okay, if you didn't have the 7th standard textbook, then please come to school and take your textbooks. Otherwise, you can't understand the syllabus. Okay, so in exercise number 1.1, the first main is write a pair of integer whose sum is a negative integer. Whose sum is negative integer. I hope everyone know about the signs. In 6th standard you studied about the signs, right? Plus, plus. Okay, if both are plus, then sign will be plus only. If both are minus, add those two numbers and write the negative sign. And if 1 plus 1 minus is there, then subtract those two numbers and write the bigger number sign. Okay, I told in the class only. I given all those hints, right? So I hope everyone have that notes. Okay, if you don't have, again one more, search the notes and once again go through that. Then only you can understand the sign formations. Okay, so sign conversions, that is a very important sign conversions. Okay, so here they told write a pair of integer whose sum is a negative integer. Okay, so whose sum is, when you add those two integers, that will be the negative. Okay, we want a negative, answer as a negative integer. That one you have to write here. So in first main, the first problem is a negative integer. A negative integer. A negative integer means, see here, I'll take a minus 3 plus 2. What is the answer here? 1 minus is there, 1 plus is there. Whenever 1 minus 1 plus, that time you have to do the subtract those two numbers. Subtract means 3 minus 2, that is the 1. And what is the bigger number sign here? The bigger number is 3 and sign of the bigger number is minus. Write that minus sign. Understanding what I am saying here? Minus 3 plus 2. The answer is minus 1. Minus 1 is nothing but a what? It is a negative integer, not a positive integer. Right? So they told write a pair of integer. Pair of integer is nothing but a here minus 3, 2. These are the pair of integers whose sum is a negative integer. Whose sum is a negative integer. Okay? Write like this or like this. Both are correct. Okay? This one. Both are the correct. Next one is a minus 8. Okay, when you add those two numbers, we want the answer as the minus 8. Like that you have to write the numbers. Minus 8. Okay, see here. Which numbers we have to add to get a minus 8? Answer, we want as a minus 8 as the answer. and you have to add here two numbers. Which those two numbers? Write those two numbers here. Minus 9, 1. Minus 9 plus 1. Minus 9 and plus 1. 1 minus 1 plus is there. Then you have to subtract the values. 9 minus 1, that is 8. And what is the sign of the bigger number? Minus is there. So minus 9 plus 1, that will be the minus 8. Understanding? Okay. So next third one is a positive integer. Okay. We have to get the positive integer. Third one. Third one, we want answer as a positive integer. Okay, positive integer means here see 3 plus 2, it is 5. Positive integer. Okay, so next one is a 12. We want answer as a 12. Answer as a 12 means see here 9 plus 3 is 12. You can take any two numbers here. There is no restriction to take only 9 and 3 like that. Okay. You can take any numbers, but we want the answer as a sum as a 12. Only that is our intention here. Okay. So next one is a fifth one is a 0. We want a 0 as the answer. 0 is the answer means here minus 3 plus 3. Answer is 0. Right? Minus 3 plus 3. Answer is 0. Next sixth one. What is the sixth one they given? An integer smaller than the both the integers. An integer smaller than both the integers. Okay. An integer smaller than the both the integers. See here minus 3 plus 2. We will get a minus 6. Obviously minus 1 is the no, minus 1 is not a smaller than the minus 1. So consider this will be the 5 and the minus wait, an integer smaller than the both the integers. And here will be minus 1 and it will be a 3. Okay. So minus 5 plus 8. Otherwise it is not a smaller than both, right? Consider here. Yeah. 9 minus 9 and plus of minus 1. What is the answer? Minus 10. Minus 10 is smaller than both minus 9 as well as the minus 1. Okay. The answer, see here, minus 10 is the answer here. This answer should be smaller than these two numbers. Like that we have to write the numbers. Okay. This answer should be smaller than these two numbers. Yes, obviously. Minus 10 is smaller than minus 1 and minus 10 is smaller than the minus 1. So for that reason we can take these two values. Okay. So take any two negative integers. You will get the answer. Okay. So next one is a seventh one. An integer greater than the both the integer. Okay. Seventh one. An integer greater than both the integers. An integer greater than the both the integers here. So I take a plus value. 11 is greater than 3 and 11 is greater than the 8. Like that we have to write. Next, eighth one. An integer smaller than only one of the integers. Okay. An integer smaller than any one of the integers. So that is something like one take as a one number as a negative, another number as a positive. Then you will get the answer. Okay. So that is minus 8 plus 2. That is minus 6. So minus 6 is the smaller than the 2 only. We can take like that. Next one. So we completed the first main now. Okay. Now we'll go with the second main. Okay. The first main is completed. They given here write a pair of integer whose sum is. Whose sum is whatever they given. According to that we taken any two numbers and we added those two numbers and we got the integer according to the given the question. Okay. So next second main we have to solve with the second main now. That is we write a pair of integer whose difference gives. Now we did the addition. That is sum is nothing but the addition. Next second main same process for second main also, but we have to do the subtraction. They told here whose difference. Okay, difference means we have to do the subtraction. Okay, so we'll solve now the second main. Okay, so here second main, that is write a pair of integer whose difference gives first one a negative integer. Okay, the first one. Second main, first one. What is the given here? That is a negative integer. Negative integer means we want the answer as a negative. Okay, so whenever we want to subtract those two integers, we want the answer as a negative integer only. Okay, so negative integer means here take here 8 and here will be minus 9. Okay, 8 minus 9. So here plus 8 is there, here minus 9 is there. If one value is plus and another value is negative, then we have to do the subtraction only. So 9 minus 8, that will be the 1. And next, what is the bigger number sign? The bigger number is 9 here and the sign of the bigger number is minus. So write answer as a minus. Minus 1. Okay. So when we taken a two integers and we subtracted those two integers and we got as a minus 1 as the answer. And what is the minus 1 here? That is nothing but a negative integer. We got as the answer. Right? So like that we have to solve all the problems. So second one is minus 9 being given. Second one minus 9. Subtraction, that is equal to minus 9 we want. So if you want a minus 9, then here write a plus 2 and here will be 11. 2 minus 11, that is minus 9. Okay. Next one. A positive integer we want. Positive integer. Okay. That is something but a 6 minus 2. That is something but about 4. 4 is the positive integer. Okay. Next fourth one. We'll solve the fourth question now. That is 2. We want to answer as a 2. It is something but a what? 5 minus 3. That is 2. Okay. Next one. Fifth one is a 0. 0. 6 minus 6. That will be 0. You can take the 8 minus 8 also or 1 minus 1. Whatever. And sixth one is an integer smaller than the both the integers. Okay. An integer smaller than both the integers. Okay. An integer smaller than both the integers. See here. An integer smaller than both the integer means take a 2 minus 3. Answer will be minus 1. Yes, minus 1 is smaller than the minus 3 as well as the 2. So that will be the correct answer. Next, seventh one. Sorry, wait here. Minus 2, this will be the minus 5. Because minus 5 is smaller than minus 3 and minus 5 is smaller than minus 2. Okay, both I am taking a negative and you will getting as a minus 5 as the answer, and here minus 5 is smaller than minus 3 as well as smaller than the minus 2. Okay. So next seventh one is an integer greater than only any one of the integer. An integer greater than any one of the integer. Okay, so an integer greater than any one of the integer. Any one of the integer means here, wait. So an integer greater than any one of the integer. Any one of the integer means you can take any one value. See here, 2 minus 3. Okay, that will be the minus 1. Obviously, here minus 1 is a greater than minus 3. Yes. An integer greater than any one of them. Any one of them is 2 or minus 3. Here minus 1 is greater than minus 3. Okay, satisfied. So second main also completed. Now we'll go to the third main now. Okay. So third main is the fill in the blanks so that the following statements becomes a true here. Okay. So we'll call the third main now. Okay. So third main, in that third main, fill in the blanks they given here. First one, 3 plus dash, that is equal to 0. We want the answer as a 0. So what we have to fill here? That is obviously it is a minus 3. When you subtract the 3 only, then only we will get a 0, right? So answer will be here. You have to fill with the minus 3. And second one. Second one, minus 2 plus of minus 1. That is equal to here minus 7 plus, what is the value here? That only right here, minus 2. Okay, because this is nothing but which property it is? Commutative property. A plus B, it is equal to B plus A, right? That property I am using here. Understanding? Next, third one. This is third main. Okay. And third one is a 8 plus minus 8. So what is the value here? 0. Next, fourth one. Fourth one, minus 51 plus dash, that is equal to minus 51. What we have to add to get a minus 51 only? We have to add here a 0, right? So add a 0, then only we will get a that one. Which property it is? Additive identity, right? So the property used here, additive identity. Here, additive inverse. Okay? So next, fifth one. 3 plus minus 7 plus 8, that is equal to 3 plus 8. Which property it is? Associative property, fifth one. Fifth one is about the associative property. Observe properly here. 3 plus minus 7 plus 8 is there. Here. That is equal to already 3 written here and 8 also written here. And which value you have to write here? Minus 7. This is nothing but the associative property. See here. For everything I write the property names. Then only understand properly. This is a commutative law. And here will be the additive inverse, and this will be the additive identity, and no need to write all these things. This is for your understanding. Okay, understanding purpose. Whenever you are writing all these things in a CW, don't write all these things. Okay, only for your understanding purpose I am writing these all things. Okay, and what is the which property we use in the fifth one? That is associative. In rough you can write these properties. Okay, but in CW don't write these properties. Okay, so next one is a Sixth one. At the end we have to write the sixth one. Sixth one is also same thing, associative property only. Okay. So here sixth one, that is a 3 plus minus 8 plus dash, that is equal to 3 plus minus 8 plus 7. Okay. So what is the value we have to write here? 3 plus minus 8 is there. Here 3 minus 8 plus 7 is there. So which value is left here? 7. So write 7. So this is also associative property. Okay. Associative property we used. So we completed the up to third main. Next we'll start with the fourth main. So fourth main is nothing but a what here? With the help of a suitable example, show that subtraction is a non-commutative and non-associative for a integers. Understanding what I am saying here? With the help of a suitable example, show that subtraction is a non-commutative and non-associative for a integers. Okay? I told in the last class only, for subtraction it is failed to satisfy. Right? So now we prove that one by taking a one example. So first one is a commutative. Okay. Fourth one commutative. Okay. For subtraction I am taking. Okay. For subtraction, not for the addition. So here I am taking the 2 and minus 3 are the two integers here. What is the commutative law says? That is a minus b is equal to b minus a we want according to the commutative law. Right? So here a is 2 and b is minus 3. Substitute the values. 2 minus of minus 3, that is equal to minus 3 minus 2. See, 2 minus into minus plus 3 and here minus 3 minus 2, that is minus 5. Here will be 5 and here will be minus 5. Whether 5 and minus 5 are equal? No, these two are the not equal, right? So these two numbers are not equal. Then what we can say here, which is implies that what they told here, with the help of suitable subtraction. Yeah, subtraction is a non-commutative. Subtraction is non-commutative. Okay. So first one proof over. Next we have to prove for the associative. Second one is the associative. It is not associative. That we have to prove here. Okay. So associative means what is the associative law says? A minus b minus c, that is equal to a minus b minus c. That is the rule. Associative. Okay. So here a value is 2 and b value is 3 and c value is 4. Take like that. So 2 minus 3 minus 4, that is equal to a is 2 minus b is 3 and minus 4. Right? 2 minus 3 is minus 1 minus 4 here, that is equal to 2 minus here. 3 minus 4 is minus 1 here. Minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Here will be minus into minus plus 1. So minus 5, here we are getting 3. Minus 5, 3. Whether these two are equal? So not equal. These two are the not equal. A minus b minus c, that is equal to a minus b minus c. Right? So this is the associative law. So here I substituted the all the values. Taken an example, that is a as a 2 and b as a 3 and c as a 4. You can take any other values also. Okay. So substitute all the values here and simplify. Whether we are getting a same answers here? No, minus 5 is not equal to 3 here. So for that reason what we can say here? So which is implied that therefore subtraction is a non-commutative. Subtraction is a associative. Already we written commutative, right? Here non-associative. They told to prove a non-commutative as well as the non-associative, and we proved it is a non-commutative as well as the non-associative. Okay. So we completed exercise number 1.1. In the next class we will see the multiplication properties. Okay, multiplication properties of integers we'll discuss in the next class. And homework is solve the exercise number 1.1 in a HW, not in a CW. That is the homework for you people. Till your next class, be safe in your home. Okay, we'll see you in the next class. Thank you everyone.